Malice, jealousy, intrigue and rivalry helped build this house. Back in the 18th century, two cousins competed against one another in order to gain the upper hand in the property stakes. Lucky for us, that legacy created one of the most important gardens in the north of England. So which county was the scene of all that drama? You'll find out in a moment. In today's show, I'll be exploring equestrian pads with a couple eager to escape urban living. You want a room for a party?
Oh, fantastic. Yeah,
wow, yeah. Wow, that is a kitchen, isn't it? Yeah, fantastic.
I'll be showing them some superb properties, but at times the ride does get a little bumpy.
You're being swayed by other things you've seen before.
Yes.
So I think you're not giving it a fair chance.
But who will get their way, and will any of the properties, including our mystery house, get them excited enough to hand over the readies? Today I'm in Yorkshire, in southwest Yorkshire to be precise, and it was here 300 years ago that the two cousins battled it out to build the most magnificent house. And this is one of the results, Wentworth Castle. If that's not keeping up with the Joneses, I don't know what is. But it's magnificent and grand, two words that you use quite a lot to describe properties in this county. In 1974, what was commonly known as Yorkshire became 4 separate counties, and today we're focusing on West Yorkshire and South Yorkshire. This area is steeped in industrial history and became Britain's powerhouse during the 18th and 19th centuries. Coal and minerals made good steel, and the textile industry clothed the nation and the world, leaving behind some impressive Victorian architecture. Both the Peak District and Yorkshire Dales are on the doorstep, providing nature lovers with the perfect opportunity to enjoy the wide open spaces. The famous York stone is widely used throughout the area, on the land and in the local architecture. Due to its industrial heritage, this area is more densely populated than North Yorkshire, which is reflected in the house prices. So the average detached property will set you back in the region of £205,000 here. But don't be fooled by that lowish price. This is the mother of all commuter belts. With thriving cities like Leeds, Manchester and Sheffield all close by, rural property is in high demand. But with over 1,300 square miles to explore, you're bound to find something to spend your money on. If you can dig deep to the tune of £1.5 million, then take a look at this fabulous equestrian property in Wiston. The 5-bedroom house was built to a high standard just 14 years ago, yet appears much older. It comes complete with a billiard room, swimming pool, and sits in 4.5 acres of land. Staying with a modern house that has all the charm of a period property is this 4-bedroomed home in Womersley, on the market for £50 short of £600,000. Reclaimed materials have been skillfully used to inject character into this superb home, which has fantastic proportioned rooms and elegant decoration. Well, finally, this 3-bedroomed home in Hoylandswain is waiting for a buyer at £380,000. The cottage-style kitchen will satisfy those who hanker for the country must-have, a 4-oven range, and the large mature garden is ideal for family living. Well, some fantastic properties there. Let's meet today's buyers who are chomping at the bit to get to the country. Adrian and Pam share their 4-bedroomed house in Sheffield with their 2 children, Nick and Alex, and their 2 dogs, Totty and Minnie. There are, however, 2 more members of the family who are not living at home. Now they want a house where they can all be together.
We want to move because our daughter's got horses, and we've had them in livery for the last 15 years really, and I'm just sick of going to and fro, taking her up, and of course it's very expensive. I've been nagging Adrian for at least 7 years when we bought this place, haven't I?
I think we're ready for a change of lifestyle, so, you know, the 7 years of nagging has worn me down, so we're ready to go for it now.
It may be horses for the girls, but the boys want their toys too. And Adrian is hoping that the promise of plenty of land and a motorbike will keep Nick interested.
We want them to want to be there, so I think, you know, if you've got the added bonus of, oh, there's a bike there, go and get that, they'll still want to come, because they're getting to the age where they'll probably want to fly the nest, and we don't want them to.
Not for a few years, you know.
Adrian owns a car business just north of Sheffield, and Pam owns a coffee shop in the city centre. so they need to be within reasonable commuting distance.
Well, I'd like somewhere rural but close to a village that's got a, a nice village pub would be good.
As long as it's got land, a few acres, nice house, that's the priority. So the area is not desperately important, it's the property and the land is the priority.
So what sort of property will meet their needs?
Preferably 5 acres plus. You want a games room, don't you? A big
Essential.
kitchen, bedrooms, 4 bedrooms.
4 bedrooms,
yeah. And, possibility of outbuildings that we could convert into stables or somewhere that you may have your cars and your bikes. My ideal home would have a big range cooker in the kitchen, open log fires, really quirky rooms, but that's not what you'd want, is it?
No, I quite like a character building outside. I'm not very keen on new builds, but inside I think older houses done in a contemporary feel are really nice. Minimalist, no clutter, nice clean big spaces and a contemporary finish. So that's the conundrum we have. Pam wants that and I want probably the opposite. So we'll have to see who wins.
I can feel a storm brewing already, but in the meantime we've invited round a local estate agent to put a value on the house they bought 7 years ago for £300,000.
This is a charming detached house, 4 good bedrooms, nice reception rooms and kitchen, stunning pleasant gardens, really excellent family house, and I think therefore I'd probably expect the house to make in the region of £600,000.
The estate agent's valuation I think was really almost exactly what we thought.
So go on then, what's the budget?
Our budget for this move is up to £1 million.
Well, it really is a fantastic budget to be playing around with, isn't it? And in this part of the world, I'm sure we'll find some gems. But I get the impression that this is a property search with horses at the forefront. Well, it is for Pam anyway. And what about the house? Well, she wants character in and out, and Adrian wants character on the outside, but a modern interior. Someone's going to have to compromise. With Adrian and Pam both working in Sheffield, they're keen to keep their commute to a minimum, preferably no more than 25 miles. In today's show, I'll be guiding them around 3 desirable houses, but as ever, I won't be revealing the price straight away. And the last of the 3 will be the mystery house, which could well create a stir. Hello, Adrian. Nice to see you. Welcome to Yorkshire. I know that you've been wanting to move to the country for ages, and you've been nagging this poor gentleman for 7 years. So what changed in you?
I think we need a change of lifestyle, really, don't we?
Yeah, and you're fed up with me nagging you.
Yeah, fed up with nagging me about horses and land and stuff like that. So.
I don't blame you. Are you going to be trouble?
No, not
she says.
No.
Very easily pleased.
Okay,
Yes.
you've got a fantastic budget, but you also have different tastes, don't you?
I like really traditional. I want, open fires, beams, cottage, big kitchen.
I prefer more space and more contemporary style as well, so you've got your work cut out.
Well, hopefully I've got some properties that you'll both enjoy, and the mystery property as well. So should we get on with it?
Yeah, great.
Come on then. So with a fantastic budget of up to a maximum of £1 million, Adrian and Pam are looking for a character house with a large family kitchen, 4 bedrooms, stables, and at least 5 acres of land. But with Adrian wanting contemporary and Pam chasing character, it's going to be an interesting ride.